Here we are at the shop getting started on my 87 626 GT Turbo. Gonna get to fixing some rust. And it's going to suck ass. But at the same time, it needs to be done. And this car is just in such good condition everywhere else that it's not worth it to let it die. I mean, look at how immaculate this car is. So it's just like, gotta get her fixed, and it purrs like a kitten. So, definitely got some work ahead of me, but should be fun. Alright, working on the 626 today. Already got a couple of shitty little reinforcement plates in to solidify the strut tower. And it is solid now. I've just got to make some sheet metal to fill in the gaps. And then the big huge holes where the rust used to be, I have to cut the edges of those out to get clean metal all the way around. And then I will be welding some sheet metal up to fix this. But the strut tower is no longer loose, it's no longer hanging up. Just got to do some repairs. Oh, what's in my trunk? I can look through my wheel well. So I got the intake pipe off and I'm fixing the CGR tube. Problem was that bolt was stripped on the very bottom thread, so I had to grind the whole bolt down to some clean threads, and now it's on there. So now I can clean some of this oil up and get the intake tube back on, and no more exhaust leak. Alright, so fixed the EGR tube. It's all back in there and tight. And cleaned up the engine bay just a little tiny bit, and look how clean this fucking car is, man. 270,000 miles. Love this thing. So, it's the end of the day now, and I got my sheet metal cut for both sides, and I will get to forming that tomorrow, and then get to building some reinforcement after that. So I've just got to do some rust cutting, prepping the metal, and then welding in the sheet metal panels, and then I'm going to build some tubular supports for the strut towers just to make sure. So we'll get back to that later. To end this video, I wanted to let you guys know that I have a little surprise coming up on Thursday. The channel will be seeing the addition of a new car. And this new car is going to play a very important part in the future of this channel, so stay tuned. You're going to like it, trust me. Well, here we are with day 2. Got the back of the car cleaned up. I'm going to start removing some paint. Start removing some old rusty shit to get rid of the rusted out spots. Unfortunately, yesterday I did some welding on this car and I forgot to disconnect the battery, even though the battery was dead, so hopefully I didn't fry any of the car's electronics. When I was wire wheeling yesterday, I accidentally wire wheeled this wire loom and separated a wire, so I have to fix that. But otherwise, today is going to be all about trying to get some of this rust repair finished. Get some of this replacement sheet metal in and see what we can do here. Here we are, and I've retacked all the spot welds that were pulled out on the sidewall of the car, and then here's my first patch. It's the thinnest metal I have, and it's really thin sheet metal it's going on to, so unfortunately it's kind of a bitch to weld, so it's not going to be pretty, but if I have to, I'll grind it down. It's going to get painted over anyway, but yep, so making some progress. This thing is solid now. I cannot move it. Even after I did my first patches, I can move it, but look at that. Nothing. And it's still got a big hole in it. So once I get that done, I'm pretty sure the structural integrity of these towers will be safe to drive on without a doubt. Make sure and secure it to the firewall. I'm going to do a big patch right there after I cut out all the old rusty metal. Same on that side. That side though, I got lucky, it didn't pull off of the wall at all, so I just have a couple of small spots that I have to rust repair. This one was pulled all the way off the side of the car, so it's not perfect. I'm not a body guy, you know, just graduated college for welding and fabrication, so it's like I'm no professional yet. So this is my first go. This is my car, so I don't care how it looks. A customer car would obviously be more meticulous, but I just wanted to give it a shot at some rust repair and see if I could do it. And if this car goes another 5 years, then it'll have been worth it. I mean, it's got 270,000 miles. It ain't gonna last forever. So this is just because it's such a nice car, I figure that it'll be a good car to save. Alright, so we've made some progress with patching. Don't mind the welds. I don't do hardwire very often, so I haven't really perfected it yet. That's why I'm doing it to do this instead of TIG. Plus, this takes contamination a lot better. But I've almost got the hole repaired and got these strut towers secured back to the body of the car in the place where it was completely rusted out behind where these plates are right here. So, making some progress. Alright, as you can see, I've gotten this far. It's a lot more difficult than I thought because the sheet metal for the car is very, very thin, and I'm welding it to 16 gauge chromoly sheet to try and add some rigidity to the back of this. Since I have no idea what I'm doing, I figured make it as strong as I possibly can. And I had some chromoly sheet laying around. I think it's 4130, but I'm not sure. But I talked to a couple of body guys, and they said that although they would have used mild steel sheet. Sorry about that, my crappy camera overheated. So this is how far I've gotten on this side so far. It's nice and strong. And then over here, starting to get this patch almost done. So now that I got it placed, I'll cut out the stuff behind it, which is really easy. And, yep, get to work on welding this in. As you can see, I've almost got this chromoly patch fully formed to this side. And, I'm getting ready to weld her up. Real pain in the ass. But then this side will be patched, and then I just have to do the front patches where the big ass holes are, and this car is fixed.